Hey, welcome back to Hockey Night in Belmont. Got another hockey card on unpacking here from eBay. Been waiting over 3 weeks for this. This Canada Post has been a little slow lately. Now, I bought from this seller before and I was impressed, so I bought from him again. So let's open her up. I actually bought 4 different lots from this seller, but he combined shipping for me, which is good. It's always good when they do that for you. Well protected. Can't complain about that. They're all in sleeves from the looks of it. There we go. Now these are a mix of cards. So they're all in plastic sheets of 9, which is cool. So we get first team All-Star Dennis Potvin, Islanders. Flyers Andrew DuPont, Islanders Clark Gillies, Red Wings Danny Grant. Goals against average leaders with Ken Dryden, Glenn Resch, Michel Larocque. Sabres goalie Al Smith. Al Smith ended his career with the Colorado Rockies in 79-80. Played for the Hartford Whalers too, or New England Whalers. Sabres Craig Ramsey, Rangers defenseman Nick Beverly, and Red Wings left winger Dan Maloney, who I believe ended his career with Toronto. These are the 75-76 O-PEE-CHEE greenbacks. And the quality is really good on these. These are excellent to near mint, depending who's grading this. Just from my eye, it looks excellent. Let me go back. We got Ed Giacomin. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I always thought it was Giacomin, but I guess it's Giacomin. Goalie for the Red Wings. He was also a goalie with the Rangers. That's how I remember him most. Keith Magnuson, defenseman. Buster Harvey, right wing for the Red Wings. Heard the name before. We got Regine Houle, right winger for the Canadiens. One of the worst GMs in Montreal Canadian history. Reggie Leach, record breaker, most goals in the playoffs. I think he had like 20 goals that year. Bob Murdoch, Cleveland Barons, but he's in his California Seals uniform because they transferred from Oakland to Cleveland that year. So Bob Murdoch was part of that. Wayne Merrick, Cleveland Barons, wearing the practice jersey. Bruins Peter McNabb, who was with the Sabres. That's when he started his career. Red Wings Dennis Hextall, center. Leach had 19 goals in the playoffs. That record's probably well been broken because they just play more games now. Not sure if Gretzky or Lemieux has the record. Staying with this set, got Reen Robert, Sabres. Andre Saint Laurent, Islanders. Danny Gare, Sabres. Sabres had a really good team. They went to the final back in 74-75. They had gone to the Stanley Cup Finals and lost to Philly in 6 games. So they had a really good team in the 70s with Gilbert Perron as their leading guy. Len Frigg, defenseman for the Barons. I've heard of him. Bobby Nystrom, Islanders. Nick Libet, Red Wings. Dallas Smith, Boston. I actually have this card already, but this one looks like in better shape than mine, so we'll change that. Colorado Rockies, bad boy Steve Durbano, one of the most tenacious fighters of the WHA days. Defenseman Jim Nielsen for the Cleveland Barons in his practice skivvies. Steve Durbano had 1 goal and 12 assists for 20 points in 69 games with 370 penalty minutes for a defenseman. Next up, power play goal leaders with Phil Esposito. I already have this card as well, so it's a double for me, but we'll go with the what's better quality. You got Jimmy Roberts, right wing defenseman for Montreal. Tracy Pratt, Colorado Rockies. This is when the Kansas City Scouts transferred from Kansas City to Colorado. So this would be their first year, and that's why you see the practice jerseys. Craig Ramsey, left wing Sabres. Rangers team photo. 75-76 team leaders for the Kansas City Scouts. Guy Charon had 27 points, 44 assists, So he led the lead in team in points with 71. Steve Durbano, 370 penalty minutes, and then Guy Charron, 9 power play goals. Then we got Don Kozak, Kings. Bert Marshall, Islanders. Never won a cup with them. And Dwight Bialowas, North Stars. Excellent quality on these cards. Gonna like that. Doug Jarvis, Canadians. Brian Glennie, Leafs. I think he just died not too long ago. Yvon Lambert, left wing Canadians. Jerry Desjardins, goalie for the Sabres. I always thought it was Donnie Edwards who was their goalie during their Stanley Cup run. But I guess it was Desjardins, Wayne Thomas, and another guy. Blackhawks team leaders. Pitt Martin led the way with 32 goals. Dale Talon with 47 assists. Phil Russell, 194 penalty minutes. And Cliff Corral, 11 power play goals. Blackhawks were still a good team. They still had Stan Mikita, but they weren't anything like they'd been in the late 60s, early 70s. Harold Sneps, the ugliest man in hockey. Vancouver. Gotta love those Vancouver Canucks jerseys. They're just terrible. They're so simple. They could have picked a better design than that. Doug Favell, goalie for the Rockies. Red Wings team picture. Grant Mulvey, Blackhawks. I got a double here. Reen Robert. So I got 2 Reen Roberts. I'll pick the best one of them. Walt Tkachuk, Rangers. I think I have that one too. Pete Stemkowski, center for the Rangers. Randy Rhoda, Colorado Rockies. And we got the Oakland Seals team leaders. Or the California Golden Seals, as they're known. Wayne Merrick, 32 goals. He won Stanley Cups with the Islanders. Al McAdam also had 32 goals. Rick Hampton had 37 assists. Mike Christie, 152 penalty minutes. And Bobby Murdoch, 9 power play goals. Then we have the North Stars team leaders. Bill Hogeboom, 28 goals. Tim Young, 33 assists. Dennis O'Brien, 187 penalty minutes. And Bill Hogeboom, 7 power play goals. Back to the players we got. Larry Goodenough, defense. Dave Forbes, left wing. Gary Edwards, Kings goalie. I think Gary Edwards' best moment was when the 79-80 playoffs, when the Minnesota North Stars upsetted the defending Stanley Cup champions Montreal Canadiens in Game 7. He was in net for that final game. So that's all the 75-76 series. One set of doubles and a couple I already have. But I gotta love that. Now we go to something different. These are the 71-72 series. My birth year. Chicago-Toronto action card for the playoffs. Bill Plager, Flames. Dunk Wilson, goalie, Vancouver Canucks. Dwayne Rupp, Pittsburgh Penguins. Get the Lady Byng Trophy. Ralph Backstrom, Kings. He was one of the guys Montreal sent to the Kings to make them better. So the Montreal would have a better chance of getting the Guy Lafleur in the next draft. Don Luce, Buffalo Sabres. Reg Fleming, Chicago Cougars. He transferred over to the WHA. So that's why his card has the Chicago Cougars. I believe. Because I don't know why they have it there. He jumped to the WHA that year and they put his card in. Go figure. Larry Hale, Flames. Must be wearing his practice jersey. Yeah, even has the WHA logo on the back. So he jumped to the new league. Mickey Redmond, Red Wings. Pat Stapleton, second team defense all-star. Blackhawk. Noel Picard, St. Louis Blues. Garnet Ace Bailey, Boston. Ace Bailey died in 9/11. He was in the World Trade Towers at the time. Danny O'Shea, St. Louis Blues. Never heard of him. Then we got Rangers 5, Bruins 2, Game 3 at New York in the playoffs. Bill McMillan, Flames. I actually like the Flames logo and the reference to the burning of Atlanta back in the Civil War. Dennis Hextall, North Stars. Red Berenson, Detroit Red Wings. Brian Glennie, Leafs. Harry Howell, Kings. I hate the Kings jerseys. The purple and gold were just too much, too bright. The logo's fine, but the jersey colors were terrible. Purple is a royal color, but they could have the black and silver of the Raiders looks better. Dave Ballon, Canucks, never heard of him. Mike Pellick, Leafs. Dennis Hall or Denny Hall, Blackhawks. Gary Dokes, Red Wings. I thought he played for Boston. Jean Pronovost, Pittsburgh, one of the first I believe he was the first 50 goal scorer for the Penguins. If not him, then it was Pierre LaRouche, Bill Fairbairn, or Fairbairn, can't pronounce that. Vancouver versus Toronto action card. Gotta remember back then there was only 12 teams, and they were still putting out 396 cards, or something like that. So they had lots of space for extras. Kenny Hodge, Boston. Ivan Boldarev, Oakland Seals. This is a man who played for some truly bad teams, but was consistent throughout his entire career. 20, 30 goal scorer every year. Got to one Stanley Cup final with Vancouver against the Islanders in the 80s. And of course, Vancouver had no right being there and got swept. But he played really well for them. Norm Ullman, Leafs. Doug Moynes, North Stars. Jimmy Roberts, Canadians. Barry Gibbs, North Stars. Bill Plager. I got two of those. How about that? They're doubles. Ted Harris, North Stars. Bruce McGregor, New York Rangers. Alex Delvecchio. The Conn Smythe Trophy. Randy Mannery. Flames. He stayed with the Flames for a long time. Mannery did. Lorne Gump Worsley, North Stars. Won a few Stanley Cups with Montreal. Yvonne Cornway sidesteps the defense. This would be an action card. Dickie Redmond, California Golden Seals. Dave Burrows, Pittsburgh. Nick Labette, seem to get a lot of him too. And finally, Craig Cameron, Islanders. Never heard of him. So there you go. These cards are also in pretty good shape. They are. Can't complain about that. 260. I'm trying to figure out how many cards are on their set without looking it up online. 216. A lot of players got cards, and they had space for all these other stupid little cards, like the Conn Smythe Trophy. I like the fact that it's the original 6 and the original 6 expansion, as well as the Canucks and Islanders. So there's not 12 teams, sorry, there's 14 teams. And the league would later expand again to combat the WHA. So this is really cool. I bought 4 different lots from this guy. That's why I have some doubles. 2 of these ones and 2 of the others. And this seller was really cool. Anyway, that's all I have for this big collection. Put them together and add them up. Anyway, anyone else collect O-PEE-CHEE cards out there? Let me know what you guys have, what you guys are getting. I have a couple of doubles. Maybe if you have someone to trade, that'd be great. Till next time, this has been Hockey Night in Belmont.